Hey everybody, it's Miss Williams again. We are doing our first video on statistics. Today we're going to talk about mean, median, mode, range, and box and whisker. Hopefully a lot of this stuff is review for you. So let's talk about some definitions of words that you probably already know. The first one being mean. The mean, another word for mean, is average. And how you get the average is you add up all the numbers in your data set and divide by the number of numbers you have. Okay. The next one is the median. The median is the middle number when the set of numbers are written in order. If you have two middle numbers, then you just add those two numbers up and divide by 2. That'll give you your median. The next one is mode. Mode are the number or numbers that appear the most. So it is not necessarily the number that appears more than once, but the one that appears the most. Okay. And range. Range is the highest number minus the lowest number. Alright, now we're going to move on to box and whisker because all those previous ones you should know. Box and whisker plots allow you to visually represent data that is broken up into quarters or 4 parts. We're going to go through the steps and then I'm going to do an example problem for you about how to make a box and whisker. So you're going to start by putting the numbers in order from least to greatest. Next, you have to find the median of your data set. Once you find the median, then your data set is divided up into 2 halves. You will need to find the median of each half of that data set, or those 2 data sets. Those are called the upper and lower quartiles. Finally, you're ready to draw your box and whisker, so you're going to draw a number line. Above the number line, you're going to draw lines that denote the median and the quartiles. This will make your box. Next, you'll put dots above the number line at the highest and lowest points of your data set. Your dots are then connected to your box, and that will form your whiskers. Finally, you're going to label the parts of the box and whisker so that you can answer questions about your data set. All right, so let's try one. So if I give you a set of numbers, the first thing you're going to have to do is put those numbers in order from least to greatest. Next, you're going to need to find the median of your set of numbers. So we have 13 numbers, so the middle number is the 7th number, which would be 12. All right, that now gives me 2 sets, a bottom half and an upper half of my data set. Okay. Next, I'm going to need to find the lower median and the upper median. So each section now has 6 numbers in it, so this gives me an even number of numbers. So the bottom half is an 8 and a 9. Add those together, divide by 2, you get 8.5. The upper section has 2 14s in the middle, so add them together and divide by 2. Now I'm ready to actually draw my box and whisker. So the first thing I do is start with a number line. Alright, I want to make sure my number line is able to be big enough that it includes all the numbers of my data set. So I definitely wouldn't want a number line that goes from 0 to 100 because that would be too big. So I'm just going to make my number line go from 4 to 22. Now I'm going to start drawing the parts of my number line of my box and whisker. I'm going to start with the 12, which is in the middle, because it's my median. Next, I need my 2 outside numbers. Those are my quartiles, 8.5 and 14. I'm going to connect the bars to make a box. And finally, I'm going to draw my endpoints as dots, and then connect the dots to make the whiskers. Smallest number was 5 and my largest number was 20. Alright. Finally, my last step is label the parts of the box and whisker. So here's my box and whisker. So what would you call this line in the middle? Well, that is your median. Alright. Next is the line at 14. It is actually called the upper quartile because it was the median of your top half. The other red line down at 8.5 is the lower quartile. It was the median of your bottom half of your numbers. Number 4, which is the dot that is at 5, it represents your lower extreme, and the dot at 20 is your upper extreme. Alright, we're going to practice some more of these and how to find mean, median, mode, and range when you come into class next time. I'll talk to you later.